Hi everybody, it's late Thursday night. I just checked over the bids and the lemons and limes, and there were two, and there won't be any news to you. Uh, John or Josh Semke and Melon Masher. Uh, Smasher, Melon Masher. Anyway, Jan Doss, both previous winners. Both got 11 lemons. There were a lot of people who had 11 lemons, but the 19 limes seemed to be the overall one that took it. Now, uh, there were a lot of I said a lot of 11 lemons. Uh, there were oh I forget I should have written these down. There were a lot of them that had 11 and 20 limes, uh, 11 lemons, and 18 limes. They're very close. But as I said, this was only for a 50-cent piece, and I'm even going to be cheap about this one because uh, I'm going to have a silver my Morgan contest, and it'll be from tonight on till Sunday morning, and depending on the weather and how long I spend at the flea market, we will determine whether or not it ends early Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. But uh, 11 lemons and 19 limes. Mr. Semke, who's becoming a household name, and Joan Doss. She's won I think more than one of these also. Uh, but I'll tell you what, there's got to be a tie break, and the tie break will be which of those two get closer to the answer of the next contest. And the next contest is pretty simple. But before we get to it, we'll do my usual little rant, and it all has to do with the explosions that are going on in Iran, that we are sabotaging everything we can in that country, and I'm afraid that this is going to lead to uh, ultimately the warmongers and are going to win out, and it's going to lead to um, a confrontation with Iran. We're baiting him and baiting him and baiting him, and because why? I mean, they're smart enough. They're not taking the bait, but we're doing tremendous internal damage to that country, and we're interfering in every way fashionable that violates international law. But who cares? It doesn't seem. Let's look at the. Let's look. We our troops finally turned over the flag, and they are supposed to be the last ones out of Iraq. And let's look back on the Iraq debacle. First of all, we had no business going in there. They lied to us. We knew they were lying. Malachi was a wanted criminal in Jordan for bank fraud, and we relied on him. Uh, the uh, the yellow oh, I forget the term they used for it, plutonium, uranium that was supposed to get from Niger. Uh, Obviously, Palin's husband was sent there, not Sarah Palin, the other Palin, this CIA operative, in which Cheney outed her, which in itself is criminal, and he should have been held responsible for it. And she was still an operative, and that she worked as a front in a phony corporation, and everybody that was in that corporation was also underground CIA agent, and by exposing her, they exposed every one of those. But nobody said nothing about that, and nobody went to jail for that. Of course not. And look at Corzine. He's not about to go to jail. He's worth too much money. These money people never end up. Uh, but anyway, we went to Iraq, and an intelligent person would have said, "Well, we want to take over the country. We want to smash it up a little, but then we want to go in and we want to recreate a free democratic Iraq. Well, what we did is we bombed the living shit out of everything. Remember, shock and awe, with the concept perhaps in the background. I've never been a conspiracy theorist, but certain things I think go beyond theory. I think are fact. That with Cheney in charge, used to be the head of Halliburton, and Halliburton getting all no bid contracts to rebuild Iraq. We went in instead of just blowing up the power lines and the saving the inner structure, the generating stations and stuff like that. Instead of bombing out 2 or 3 bridges that are the main bridges, we decided to go in there and just destroy everything, knowing that we wanted to rebuild this. And who's going to get the taxpayer money, your and my money? Halliburton. And they're going to get the bid on it? No, they're not going to get the bid on it. They just go over, they just grant it to them, and they go in there and they hire the cheapest, most incompetent labor they can find. And well, in one instance, they were cited for charging $1 million and only paying out $50,000 to have local Iraqis do the job that they charged $1 million. What happened to that other $950,000? Well, went into Halliburton's treasure chest. So the war was corrupt to start with. It was started just so Halliburton and these people could make money, that we didn't give two damns about Saddam, because we had provided him with the gas to kill the Kurds in the north and look the other way. We used him as a proxy for our never-ending apparent war with Iran, and we used him for 10 years, and we sent him all the satellite photos and all the information he needed. Uh, so we create this mayhem, us and the Israelis in the Middle East, and then we point fingers at everybody else. So anyway, I think I might start a daily rant, because I get so many magazines and I read so many articles that I want to pop up, and I'm always saving. I got piles and piles of stuff. I always rip out pages of articles that I want to talk about, and that I have the backing, the information, the documentation for. And anytime I say something and you think it's off the top of my head, by all means call me on it, and I'll give you the documentation. But anyway, none of you want to hear that. Everyone wants to hear about the new silver contest. So this one is very simple. And besides, this is a tiebreaker for the 50-cent piece, and this is the question of the week for my Morgan. All right, now here goes the question. Now, on this piece of paper here, I just reached in my pocket, and this is a normal day for me, and such. So it's not nothing abnormal about this. So don't think that I added or took away or anything. But I want to know, what do you think is my average the average amount of money I carry around on me day in and day out? And then in case there's a tie there, then how many the tiebreaker will be this week? How many $1 bills I have on me, as well as we'll see. I'll tell you, I have hundreds, fifties, twenties, tens, fives, and ones. So you figure out how many of each I carry around with me in a normal day, and send in your bid, and then the closest one will win a Morgan, and the closest one between Mr. Simke and Joan Das will also break the tiebreaker, and they'll get the 50 cent Walking Liberty. And the tiebreaker on this one, it's going to be impossible for somebody. Well, it's going to be difficult for somebody to guess, but how much money I have on me. But I'll tell you this: whatever it is, the tiebreaker, if two people guess the same number, and the tiebreaker will be how many ones I have on me. All right, so that's the silver contest, and I want to get back to silver, and I think that silver is still a buy, because as many geologists will tell you, by 2020, silver is going to be the first metal, the first element in the periodic chart that goes extinct. Now, if that isn't some phenomenon, you hear about all animals going extinct, and nothing has ever gone extinct on the periodic chart, but silver might be the first one, and as such, uh, this could happen as soon as 2020. So in the long run, right now it's pure chaos, and Bernanke and the Fed and the Treasury are just printing dollars and throwing them at everybody, hoping that it makes the dollar stronger, and the dollar somehow is strong again, as a strong unit. That everybody's getting out of euros, and everybody's buying treasuries with a terrible yield, but uh, they have no place else presently to go. So until they find some place to go, until somebody figures out the dollar ain't worth crap, then silver could remain in this quagmire, not going down too much more, but not going up too much more. So thank you everybody, and I hope you tune in because I think tomorrow or the following day I'll start my daily rant and blog, and then we'll try to keep them separate from the silver, so people that are just interested in scarfing up a Morgan can watch them, and the people that want to hear my comments and please comment back and get a little action going here. Keep me going. Uh, will be watching my blogs. Thank you very much for your time, and have a nice weekend.